Hey everybody, it's Kay. Hope that you're doing well. I owe a couple of people tag videos and I haven't forgotten about you, but I took a little break away from BookTube to spend some much needed time with my family. And so I'm back now and I want to share with you my book club long list for 2021. So I'm going to start with telling you how I nominate books. I don't have any great methodology of how I nominate what I want us to read. I just look at my shelf and see what I already own that I think we'll have a good discussion on. Or if I don't already own the book, it has to be something I really want to read, because that means I'm either going to have to check it out from the library or buy it if I don't already have it. So in my first video in my book club series, I talked about the different iterations my book club went through and how we choose the books that we read, right? So we're back to voting again. But the way we're voting now is different from the way we have in the past, because we're using the website and app Book Movement. And the good thing about this app is on our book club page, there's a section for possible book club reads. And when you add books to that section, it records your name and the books that you have recommended. So we asked each person to go in and recommend 4 books. It used to be 3 books we were voting on. Now it's 4. But anyway, so each person put in a set of 4 books. And what I really like about the app is, number one, it keeps a tally of how many votes each book has received. So that's a good thing. Nobody has to go back and count. It shows you right there on the screen, because beneath each book cover is a like button. So you just click the one that you like and that's your vote. And your vote turns bright red, so there's no mistaking which book you voted for. Also, if you click the book cover, a synopsis of that book will pop up and you can read it right there in the app. Unless the book isn't real popular or mainstream, then you may have to go out to Goodreads or Amazon to get the synopsis. But anyway, I'm going to read out the list. I'm going to tell you for each set of 4 which book I voted for and the one that has the most votes so far that I think we'll actually end up reading. So here are my 4. We're going to start with mine. The Dew Breaker by Edwidge Danticat. The Great Alone by Kristin. The Care and Feeding of Ravenously Hungry Girls by Annisa Gray, and The House at Sugar Beach by Helene Cooper. So I voted for The House at Sugar Beach, and that is because Bernice L. McFadden recommended the book. And as much as I love her and her writing, if she recommends this book and says it's really good, then I know it's going to be really good. So my book club thus far, I have a tie. Well, let me say this. The Dew Breaker doesn't have any votes. The Great Alone has 2. The Care and Feeding has 3. And The House at Sugar Beach has 3. We have 1 person left to vote. So I could either end up with a 3-way tie, or she could end up breaking the tie between The Care and The House. So we'll see how that goes. The next 4 books were all nonfiction, and I'm not much of a nonfiction reader, but you know, the books were The Mighty Generals by Mike Chibbaro, Chibbaro, Sold on a Monday by Kristina McMorris, Awakenings by Oliver Sacks, and White Fragility by Robin Diangelo. I voted for Sold on a Monday. This one I think is something about child trafficking. Somebody takes a photograph of children that are supposedly for sale or something like that. And I thought that would be the most interesting out of that set of books. And the book club agrees, because 6 people have voted for that one also. The next 4 are No Disrespect by Sister Souljah, No One Is Coming to Save Us by Stephanie Powell Watts, All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, Where the Crawdads Sings by Delia Owens. So I voted for No One Is Coming to Save Us because I started the book a while back and I didn't get very far in the book, and I ended up DNFing it because I had to take it back to the library. But I voted on that one because I just wanted to finish the book basically. But my book club has voted for Where the Crawdads Sings. It has the most votes out of those 4. The next four are the Dragons, the Giant, the Women by Wayetu Moore, A Particular Kind of Black Man by Tope Folarin or Tope Folarin, My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyinkan Braithewaite, and The Vanishing Half by Brit, Bennett. So I'd already read My Sister the Serial Killer and I liked it, but I voted for The Vanishing Half because I think it would just be a better read for our club. And I recently won the book in a giveaway online, so I own it. And also my book club read Passing by Nella Larson a long time ago, and I think it would be good to compare what we read in this book to what we read in Passing. And did I tell you what the club voted for? Yeah, the club overwhelmingly has chosen The Vanishing Half, so I think we're going to end up with that one. Next is the Black Lotus, A Woman's Search for Racial Identity by Souljah Abrams. The Color of Law, A Forgotten History of How Our Government Separated Americans by Richard Rothstein. The Most Beautiful, My Life with Prince by Maite Garcia. And Lakewood by Megan Giddings. Okay, so 3 of those books were nonfiction and 1 was fiction. So you already know I voted for the fiction book, right? Lakewood. However, my book club is overwhelmingly voted for Black Lotus. So that's the one I think we're going to end up with. Next, we have Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson. A Long Way Gone by Ishmael Bea. The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides, and Small Great Things by Jodi Picoult. I voted for The Silent Patient because I heard it was a suspenseful book, and I like suspense novels, and it had been in my TBR for a while anyway. But it looks like my book club wants to read Small Great Things. So this last person will either tie The Silent Patient and Small Great Things, or we'll tip the scales and we'll end up reading Small Great Things. Okay, so the next set of 4 was Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay, Africaville by Jeffrey Colvin, Straight Lick, what is it? Straight Lick with a Crooked Stick by Zora Neale Hurston, and Barracoon by Zora Neale Hurston. I voted for Straight Lick with a Crooked Stick, but it looks like Barracoon is going to win, which is fine with me because I love Zora Neale Hurston, and both books are on my TBR anyway, so I'm fine with either one of those. The next 4, Between the World and Me, Ta-Nehisi Coates, The Truths We Hold by Kamala Harris, Begin Again, James Baldwin's America and Its Urgent Lessons for Our Own by Eddie S. Glaude Jr., and Say It Louder, Black Voters' White Narratives by Tiffany D. Cross. Now, all 4 of these are nonfiction, but it wasn't hard for me to decide which one I wanted to read. Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates is where I placed my vote because 1, I own the book, 2, I've already read it, 3, it's a short book. So that was a no-brainer to me. That's why I picked that one. And then the last set of books, to me, I liked her nominations because they took me back to a time when Black Expressions was hot, and you know, that's when I was really getting back into reading again, like ferociously reading. And so some of her nominations just gave me a sense of nostalgia. Redemption by Jacqueline Thomas, Kindred by Octavia E. Butler, You Gotta Sin to Get Saved by J.D. Mason, and Joy by Victoria Christopher Murray. And I voted for Kindred by Octavia E. Butler because I'm participating in the slow read-along hosted by Onyx Pages, Musical Tati, and Sister Sci-Fi. I already own the book. I'm doing a buddy read with a couple of friends of mine. And so it was a no-brainer for me to vote for that one. And my club also voted for Kindred as well. So that is my long list. And I'll come back after the last person has casted their vote to let you know what we actually decided to read. Like I said, it will be interesting because there are some books where her vote could give us a tiebreaker. So yeah, I'm really interested to see how it's going to turn out. So I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. Try to spend time with your family if you can, safely, or if you could drive by and wave, during these COVID times, make sure you do that. Do your Zoom calls or FaceTime with your family, and love one another, take care of one another. Remember to go out and vote this November, because the only way for us to make things change is to vote some people out and vote some people in. Till next time, everybody, keep reading. Bye-bye.